लिस्टीरियोसिस को और क्या बोलते हैं?
लिस्टीरिया,
इसको सर्कलिंग डिजीज भी बोलते हैं मैम, या फिर इसको गिड बोल सकते हैं।
गिड?
जी,
गिड, पक्का गिड बोलते हैं?
गिड लिस्टीरिया से होता है। गिड
उसमें भी एंसेफेलाइटिस होता
नहीं।
है, ठीक है, लेकिन ये
Yes.
लिस्टीरिया के थ्रू नहीं होता है, ठीक है। तो लिस्टीरियोसिस इज अ डिसीज, बैक्टीरियल जेनोटिक डिसीज। दिस इज आल्सो अ डायरेक्ट जेनोसिस। डायरेक्ट जेनोसिस ऑलरेडी मैं बोल चुकी हूँ, दिस इज डायरेक्ट एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस। ओके, डायरेक्ट एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस
Yes.
मींस, बताया था पिछली क्लास में, व्हाट इज डायरेक्ट एंथ्रोपोजेनोसिस? डायरेक्ट
मतलब ये मतलब एनिमल टू एनिमल या फिर
एक्सीडेंटली ह्यूमन का इन्वॉल्वमेंट होता है मैम एंथ्रोपोजेनिक।
हाँ, mainly the cycle is between the animal to animal. This is a mainly disease of animals, okay, but
yes.
accidentally it enters into the human population, and in this case human acts as a
Human.
dead end host. Okay, so
Yes.
here this is also a direct anthropogenesis, but here you can't say dead end host because from infection, nosocomial infection, from one infected person to another infected person, it is transmitted. Okay, not just like brucellosis. Brucellosis, it is just like dead hand host. It's not transmit disease to other human. But here, from infected person to handling or through the cross contamination through the what you can say through the infected hospital equipments or surgical equipments, it can transmit to the other human also. Okay, so this is a direct anthropogenesis caused by the Listeria species, mainly Listeria monocytogen, and other less important, that is Listeria evanui. Okay, so these two species are important. First and most important is Listeria monocytogen. Other than this, other 4 species are also there of Listeria. Listeria monocytogen is first, second is evanui, third one is Inokua, fourth one is Silibiri, Welshmeri, and last one is Greyi. These are the species of Listeria, but only 2 species, Listeria monocytogen and Inokua, causes the disease in human or animal. Okay, other species are non-pathogenic. Okay, so these 2 species are mainly important to that animal or human. So here these are the various synonyms like circling disease, जैसे बोला था आपने, सही बोला था आपने, ठीक है. Silage sickness, it is also known as the silage sickness. Okay, then is captine bacterial encephalitis, Listeria abortion because it causes the abortion, encephalitis or circling disease because it affects the brain, nerve tissue. Encephalitis, it causes the encephalitis. Leukocytosis, also known as the leukocytosis or listeriosis. Listeriosis थोड़ा वो हो गया है यहाँ पे दिख रहा है. Listeriosis, it is also known as the listeriosis. So these are the various synonyms of the listeria. Okay, so this is caused by the mainly Listeria monocytogen. Okay, or sometimes evanui से लिखा है because it also called the disease in animal, evanui. So mainly it is caused by the Listeria monocytogen. Okay, it is a small rod-shaped gram-positive organism, rod-shaped organism and gram-positive, and it is having does not form spores. Okay, and this is intracellular, facultative intracellular parasite which is may be found in the reticuloendothelial cells. रेटिकुलोएंडोथेलियल सेल्स जो ब्लड में होते हैं उसमें ये पाया जा सकता है. फैकल्टेटिव मतलब जरूरी नहीं कि इंट्रासेलुलर है, बट हो सकता है इंट्रासेलुलर. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज फैकल्टेटिव इंट्रासेलुलर, एंड इट इज आल्सो द फैकल्टेटिव एनारोबिक ऑर्गेनिज्म, अदरवाइज इट इज एरोबिक. फैकल्टेटिव मतलब समझ में आ रहा है ना, जब उसको ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिलेगा, हाँ, तब वो एनारोबिक बन सकता है. एंड इट कैन ग्रो विद द टेम्परेचर बिटवीन 3 to 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस. minimum temperature is refrigeration temperature. It can grow in the refrigeration temperature. That's why the food, chilled food or ice cream, which is mainly contaminated by this organism, because this organism can grow in the chilled food condition, or it can survive the lower temperature like 3 to 45 degrees Celsius temperature it can bear. Maximum or optimum temperature you can say it is 30 to 37 डिग्री सेल्सियस. ऑप्टिमम किसी भी बैक्टीरिया का ऑप्टिमम ग्रोथ टेम्परेचर होता है, ठीक है, और एक टेम्परेचर रेंज होता है कि वो इतने से इतने की ग्रो कर सकता है. But here the optimum temperature is 30 to 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, so
Yes.
it also show motility. It is having you see in picture, it is having the cilia like organism. Okay, flagella, actually this is not cilia, this is flagella. Okay, flagella like organism, and it can shows the tumbling motility. It shows the tumbling motility at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, so at tumbling motility मतलब just गुलाटी मारने टाइप, गुलाटी जैसे मारता है ना कोई organism upside down, जैसे इस पिक्चर में भी है, just like it shows the tumbling motility at 25 degrees Celsius temperature. Otherwise, this is the small rod gram-positive non-sporulating facultative anaerobic organism and facultative intracellular organism, and it can bear the temperature between 3 to 45 degrees Celsius temperature, and optimum temperature is 30 to 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Okay, and pH की बात करें, it can bear, it can grow in pH between 6 to 9. Okay, and it is having various serotype. It is having 11 serotype. Somewhere it is written 7 serotype, but I took this from one book, and here they wrote that 11 serotype. This organism is having 11 serotype. Okay, 11 serotype, and among these 11 serotype, half A, half B, or 4B, which is these serotypes are mainly present in human and animal cases. These serotype are mainly important in case of animal or human. Okay, so this is about listeria. Okay, okay. As organism is distributed worldwide, okay, it is ubiquitous in nature, means it is present in silage, dead decaying organism. It is also present in the chicken intestine. Okay, it is also present in the surface water, factory influent. So it is ubiquitous in nature. It is present everywhere, and here mainly natural habitat. You can say the reservoir. You can say chicken. Chicken are considered as the reservoir, prime reservoir. It is having organism in the intestine. Okay, so chicken are the reservoir of this organism, and as I told you, this organism can be isolated from the surface soil, decaying vegetation, pasture, herbage, and silage. Okay, sewage, factory influent. Everywhere you can isolate the listeria from everywhere. Okay, so this organism is ubiquitous in nature. And when you talk about host range, it is having wide host range. Okay, it can infect 40 mammalian species, 20 birds, crustacean, ticks, fishes. All are infected with this organism. Okay, and in domestic animal, you see almost all the domestic animal like bovine, caprine, ovine, porcine, all are infected. In rodents, many rodents like guinea pig, mice, and others are also infected. In poultry, it infects the hens, ducks, geese, turkey. Okay, and also infect the wild animals. So the host range of this organism is wide. It can infect wide range of animals, and also the opportunistic infection. It can infect the human also. Okay, so the host range is very wide. Here you see sources. In case of animal, silage contamination or silage introduction of the silage, moldy silage is the main source of infection in case of human. Okay, this is the source of organism. Okay, you see the silage preparation. You will see there is a fermentation of the silage. It should have pH below the 5. Okay, if the pH enhance more than 5, means in alkaline side, it go to the alkaline side, then it favors the growth of mold. Okay, then this silage contaminated means contaminated with mold growth. So if you are offering this type of silage to the animal, this will favor the growth of listeria also. So this is the main source of infection in case of animal. Okay, and others are, if the infected cow is there, then it secretes the or excretes the animals in milk. Okay, approx 1 into 10 to power 3 cells per liter of milk it excretes. So it also contaminate the environment. Okay, so this is the another way of the, transmission. And here also, if this milk is used for the production of milk product, then it also infect the milk product. Okay, and from this, if the human or other animal consume that milk, okay, this is the also source of infection to the other animal, or in case of human also. So here you see the main route is the ingestion. Okay, and if the food and water is contaminated with the infected material like feces, in feces also organism excrete, in saliva, in nasal secretions. Okay, and also the aborted fetus material. Okay, aborted fetus material if contaminate the food and water. Through this, it also entered into the body of host through the ingestion. So main mode is the ingestion, and main source is contaminated silage. Otherwise, the other source is also there. Okay, so this is the source of transmission in case of animal. This is all about animal. And if you see in human, the foodborne infection or intoxication is the main mode. The food or milk which is milk from the contaminated animal. Okay, milk or milk product, if you are taking the various milk product, product like ice cream, chilled food, and also the meat of the poultry, because poultry is the reservoir, and vegetables, salad, raw fish. These are the various other food or source for which human can infect, can get the infection through the foodborne route. Okay, and other may be from infected mother to the fetus. Here also it can transmit the disease, and also the handling of the newborn calves during the in farmers or in veterinarians during the surgical operation, or any handling or care of the calves, it can transmit to the humans. Okay, nosocomial infection in hospital and the cross contamination in infants is also another route. Okay, a direct contact with animal is also another route of transmission to the disease to human, but it is having less important. Other our main source is the main route is the foodborne transmission in human. Okay, so this is the source and transmission in case of human. Clear hai bilkul?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the come to the disease in animal. Okay, mainly infection ranging from asymptomatic to symptomatic. Okay, so here that if you are talking about the susceptibility, so most susceptible species is sheep. Okay, of this infection, sheep, then goat, then cattle. So most affected is the sheep. Okay, so various focal infection, septic arthritis, conjunctivitis. These are the various infection which caused by this organism. This is in generalized form. Okay, we'll see in second slide here. The incubation period in case of sheep and goat is 2 to 3 days, but in cattle it may vary between 2 to 6 weeks also. Okay, so here the most important sign in sheep and goat is the circling disease. Okay, circling disease as the name is the circling disease. Okay, circling disease means animal turn their head toward one side. Okay, and it shows the dullness and causes the facial paralysis, facial nerve paralysis. Facial nerve paralysis causes the dropping of the eye and eyelid, okay, to the one side. If the facial nerve paralysis हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, तो ये जो आपके eyelid है और eye और ear है, वो एक side drop हो जाएंगे, ठीक है? And time it is having the pharyngeal paralysis, जो आपको pharyngeal nerve paralysis है, उसकी वजह से क्या होगा? There is a continuous drooling of the saliva, okay? तो ये कुछ तरह के ये साइन आपको स्पेसिफिकली शिप गोट में दिखेंगे, ठीक है? In case of cattle, also it causes the mastitis. Mastitis may be of acute type of mastitis, chronic, or symptomless it may be of subacute. It only excrete the organism in the milk. तो ये है mainly it causes the suckling disease or encephalitis in case of sheep goat, and also mastitis in case of cattle. And important is also the abortion. It causes the abortion in pregnant sheep. So the abortion mainly occur in the last trimester. Okay, last trimester, and mainly it is seen in adult sheep, mainly in case of sheep. And in pregnant sheep, it shows the parexia and profuse diarrhea. These symptoms of all. अभी नेटवर्क शायद चला गया था।
Yes, ma'am.
ओह, बहुत दिक्कत है। ओके, ठीक है, कंटिन्यू करें।
Yes.
आप लोगों को पूरी स्लाइड दिख रही है?
Yes,
नहीं,
ma'am.
अभी थोड़ा दिख रही है।
Yes,
हाँ,
ma'am.
अब दिख रही है। अब दिख रही है।
Okay. In case of human, animals हो गया, disease in animals हो गया, तो this is mainly in adult sheep. It shows the some profuse diarrhea like symptom also. Okay. In swine, mainly it is show that disease is mainly acute form. It shows the meningoencephalitis and causes the dyspnea, cough, and also the abortion. So main symptom is meningoencephalitis. Meningoencephalitis means it affects the meninges as well as the brain. Okay. And in birds, usually there is no typical symptom, but causes a myocardial necrosis and some CNS form is seen in birds, and also affect the rabbit and rodents, emaciation, distended belly, and sudden death. ये कुछ symptoms हैं animals में, other animals में. Otherwise, in cattle, sheep, goat, main symptom is abortion, circling movement in the sheep, and also the mastitis in cow. Okay, ये आपको याद रखना है. Next, in humans. In humans, mainly it affects the immunocompromised person, old person more than 50 years of old, and infants, and also the pregnant woman. So these are the susceptible group mainly. Okay, the immunocompromised person who are taking corticosteroids or antibiotic for the long time, also which is infected with some diabetic or metabolic diseases. Okay, so they are immunocompromised person. Okay, pregnant women are susceptible, elders more than 50 years of age, and the infant below the 1 month of age mainly susceptible. 1 to 18 years of age are safe, you can say. Okay, so these are the susceptible groups. In pregnant women, it shows the abortion in third trimester, and other symptoms are miscarriages, chills, temperature, other symptoms, also the gastrointestinal symptoms. Okay, if the uh, delivery proceed but no symptoms is seen, but later on when you observe the vaginal secretion and cervix, then it will the organism present there. Okay, so the you can say female is the carrier, become carrier of the disease. Okay, in infants, that is important term, that is granulomatous infantisepticum. जो नेवल होता है उस पे, ओके, उस पे सेप्टिसीमिया जो कंडीशन होती है, ओके, उसको बोला जाता है, एक टर्म है उसके लिए, ग्रेनुलोमेटोसिस इन्फांटिसेप्टिकम. दिस इज द टर्म, मींस इन इन्फांट्स मेनली ये सिम्टम दिखता है उसमें, सेप्टिक सिम्टम. ओके, सो ये टर्म आप लोग याद रखना. ठीक है, किससे होता है ये, कौन से डिसीज में पाया जाता है, तो इन्फांट को ये अफेक्ट करता है. ठीक है, एंड कुछ रेस्पिरेटरी ट्रैक्ट डिसऑर्डर भी देखने मिला है इन्फांट्स में. इन केस ऑफ adult male, you can say it shows the meningitis and meningoencephalitis symptoms. Mainly means sinus symptom you can observe. So this is all about disease in human. Okay, clear है आप लोगों को? Clear है बिल्कुल?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now come to the diagnosis. You can diagnose by the clinical sign and symptoms. Okay, characteristic clinical sign in case of sheep and goat, you can see, you can observe the circling movement is there. Okay, if abortion is there in last trimester, by this symptom you can observe, means you can presumptively diagnose. Okay, you can go for the listeria. Okay, the other symptom, other diagnostic tools are the demonstration of the organism by the gram staining or by the different tests like FAT, fluorescent antibody test. By the directly tissue, you can add the antibodies, okay, and observe whether the organism is present or not. This is a demonstration, direct observation of the ऑर्गेनिज्म, ओके, टिश्यूज में, सेल्स में प्रेजेंट होगा तो वो फ्लोरेसेंट करेगा अगर हम उसमें एंटीबॉडी डाल देंगे. ऑर्गेनिज्म मींस एंटीजन, ओके, और आप उसमें अगर एंटीबॉडी डालोगे, एंटीबॉडी तो एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी बॉन्ड बन जाएगा. और आप अगर एंटीबॉडी के साथ कोई डाई आपने डाला हुआ है, फ्लोरेसेंट डाई, तो जब एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी बॉन्ड बनेगा देन इट विल फ्लोरेसेंस, इट विल गिव सम कलर. तो आप उससे पता चल जाएगा आपको कि हाँ ये ऑर्गेनिज्म प्रेजेंट है, क्योंकि उसके अगेंस्ट एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी तभी रिएक्ट करेगा जब उसकी स्पेसिफिक एंटीबॉडी होगा, ठीक है, किसी एंटीजन के. क्लियर है?
यस मैम. लिस्टीरिया के लिए एंटोन टेस्ट भी किया जाता है.
एंटोन्स टेस्ट भी किया जाता है, हाँ, वो आगे है, आपको बताऊंगी, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. नाम आपको याद रखना है, एंटोन्स इज यूज्ड फॉर डायग्नोसिस ऑफ विच ऑर्गेनिज्म. ऐसे क्वेश्चन आएंगे तो वो आपको आगे मैंने दिखाया है इसमें, ठीक है. Next you can go for the isolation, okay. You can collect the suspected blood, CSF or meconium of the newborn. Meconium, you know term पता है meconium क्या होता है? Meconium पता है? Meconium LPM में पढ़ा होगा, LPM में. Meconium actually is the first species of the calf. जो first species होती है calf की, उसको meconium बोलते हैं, ठीक है. तो you can take sample from the from this, okay. You can also take the food stuff, okay, suspected food stuff like silage, okay. You can also take the vaginal secretion, animal feed, जो भी वहाँ पे available है, pasture, contaminated pasture, you can take sample and you can use the media. Here two media is there, Palcum media and Drea, okay. These are the media, otherwise other media is also there. So you can use this media and you can see the characteristic colony characteristic, okay. Thereafter you can pick the colony and you can stain, gram staining, and you can observe under microscope. So you can go for the isolation, okay. Next is the pathogenicity testing. Pathogenicity testing is not exactly the identification, but you can if you have various listeria, तो आप जानना चाहते हो कौन सा पैथोजेनिक है और तो पैथोजेनिक नहीं है, तो उसके लिए ये टेस्ट करते हैं. ये इन विट्रो टेस्ट है, मतलब आप उसको लेबोरेटरी में करोगे, ठीक है, कौन सा पैथोजेनिक टाइप है कि नहीं है. तो इसमें ये यूज करते हैं फॉस्फेटिडाइल इनोसिटॉल स्पेसिफिक फॉस्फोलाइपेज सी एक्टिविटी देखने के लिए. ये एक्टिविटी करता है. तो एक जोन ग्रीन कलर का ये एक मीडिया है, अनोवा मीडिया करके, ठीक है. उस मीडिया में अगर आप ऑर्गेनिज्म डालोगे तो एक ग्रीन कलर की कॉलोनी बनाएगा, उसके चारों तरफ देखो एक वाइट जोन दिख रहा है, ठीक है. तो अगर ये ऐसा दिख रहा है तो ये पैथोजेनिक है, ठीक है. अगर सिर्फ ऐसे ग्रीन कलर दिख रहा है तो ये पैथोजेनिक नहीं है, और यहाँ व्हाइट कलर अगर दिख रहा है तब तो ये बिल्कुल लिस्टीरिया कॉलोनी ही नहीं है. सो यहाँ पे अगर है नॉन लिस्टीरिया कॉलोनी विल शो व्हाइट कॉलोनीज, ओके. सो यहाँ पे एक तरीके से ये हो सकता है डायग्नोस्टिक मेथड कि अगर व्हाइट लिस्टीरिया कॉलोनी बना रहा है तो वो लिस्टीरिया, मतलब व्हाइट कॉलोनी बना रहा है तो वो लिस्टीरिया नहीं है. अदरवाइज इफ ग्रीन कलर विद जोन ऑफ हेलो मींस एक स्पेस, व्हाइट स्पेस क्रिएट हो रहा है, देन इट इज पैथोजेनिक लिस्टीरिया, ओके. इफ ओनली green color is there, then it is non-pathogenic listeria. If white colony is, then it is this colony is not a listerial colony. तो ये एक मेथड हो सकता है, ठीक है. ये इन विट्रो है. इन विट्रो वैसे इन वायो भी होता है. इन वायो में आप पैथोजेनिसिटी टेस्टिंग के लिए आप यूज कर सकते हो माइस 3 वीक्स ओल्ड माइस में अगर इंटरपेनिट्रियल रूट में अगर कुछ आप ऐड करते हो, आप लिस्टीरियल कल्चर, सस्पेक्टेड कल्चर, तो इट विल शो द मोटिलिटी और lethality in some specific time. माउस lethality करते हैं, ठीक है. और चिकन एम्ब्रियो थ्रू द कैम रूट, कोरियोलैंथ्राइक मेम्ब्रेन रूट होता है, जो डिफरेंट रूट्स होते हैं, योग सैक रूट, कैम रूट, तो आप डिफरेंट रूट यूज करते हैं. तो इसमें हम कैम रूट के थ्रू 10 डे ओल्ड जो एम्ब्रियो होता है, मतलब एग जो है, वो हम यूज करते हैं और उसमें लिस्टीरिया सस्पेक्टेड कल्चर डालते हैं कैम रूट से, तो वो देखते हैं पैथोजेनिसिटी. और यहाँ पे भी एक लार्वे होता है गैलेरिया का, एक वो है, ये मॉथ है, उसके लार्वे में भी करते हैं। तो यहाँ पे जैसे यहाँ पे जो बताया था आपको कि इन्फांट्स में जो दिखते हैं सिम्टम्स, सेप्टिसीमिक सिम्टम्स, और यहाँ पे कुछ पैचेस दिख रहे हैं आप लोगों को, सेम टू सेम वैसे ये लार्वे में भी अगर इनोकुलेट करते हो तो उस टाइप के पैचेस मिलेंगे आपको मेलेनाइजेशन के। सो ये अदर इनवायो रूट है, दिस आर द इनवायो रूट। थ्रू एनिमल इनोकुलेशन से आप उसकी पैथोजेनिसिटी टेस्ट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो वो इनविट्रो था पीपीएल मीडिया वाला, और ये जो है इनवायो रूट है, ठीक है। क्लियर है?
यस मैम।
ओके, नेक्स्ट है एंटोन टेस्ट की आपकी बात कर रहे थे आप। इसमें क्या करते हैं कि जो सस्पेक्टेड सैंपल है वी कैन इंजेक्ट इनटू द that eyelid of the rabbit, and after 24 hours you will see the keratoconjunctivitis. Okay, so this is the normal eye. Okay, but here you see there is a inflammation of keratoconjunctivitis in rabbit eye. So ये है एंटोन्स टेस्ट। एंटोन्स टेस्ट करते हैं तो इसमें कंजक्टिवाइटिस ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि अगर उसमें डेवलप हुआ है कंजक्टिवाइटिस तो हो सकता है ये लिस्टीरिया होगा, ठीक है। तो ये एंटोन्स टेस्ट है। अदर मेथड है you can observe the proteins or antigen in the CSF. You can go for the WBC count. Okay, तो ये अलग है। Then you can go for the PCR से भी डायग्नोज कर सकते हैं। और वेरियस सीरो डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट है, जैसे विडाल टेस्ट करते हैं ना, सीरम एग्लूटिनेशन टेस्ट, विडाल टेस्ट है, ठीक है। एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी टेस्ट है, कॉम्प्लीमेंट फिक्सेशन टेस्ट, HAHI. You can go for the ELISA. These are the various serodiagnostic tests in which you use serum. Okay, serum लेके आप different test करते हो, वो different, ये सब नए techniques हैं। PCR, you can go for the PCR. Specific gene आप listeria का identify कर सकते हो through the amplification. So these are the various technique for the diagnosis. Okay, listeria के लिए. Now come to the treatment. If you are giving treatment for the encephalitis, you can go for the amoxicillin, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, beta-lactam drugs. If you are treating an immunocompromised person, then along with ampicillin, you can go for the gentamicin. Okay, and if the symptom is keratoconjunctivitis, then you can go for the some corticosteroid with the antibiotics. So based on symptom, these are the various treatments. Okay, so amoxi, tetracycline. Okay, 10 minutes बचे हैं अभी, ठीक है। These are the various treatment. Now come to the prevention and control. Prevention control as a route, जहाँ route पता चल गया आपका, prevention control ऐसे कह सकते हैं। In case of animal, the main source is the silage. Okay, a main route of infection is the ingestion. So avoid providing the contaminated silage, contaminated food material. Okay, and avoid contamination of the food material through the aborted fetal material, secretion, excretion of the animals. Okay, so this is the route. This is the prevention control to prevent the infection. Others, there is a immunization. You can go for the immunization, but there is no established vaccine is there for the animals. So only one vaccine is tried in using half A and 4B serotype of the Listeria monocytogen in Bulgaria, but अभी मिला नहीं है, वाइड स्प्रेड नहीं है कि लोग उसको यूज कर रहे हैं ऐसे, जैसे ब्रुसेला के लिए वैक्सीन है, बाकियों के लिए नहीं है इसमें, ठीक है। In case of animal, human, main route is the foodborne route. Okay, so avoid using the milk and milk product of the contaminated milk. Okay, and careful handling of the infected material like the aborted fetus or in laboratory also. Okay, and avoid cross contamination in hospitals. So by this way you can prevent the disease. So this is all about listeria. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, अगर इसमें अगर कुछ